everyone, and welcome to the World Wide Web. And I'm proud to say that after dozens of years of work, I have finally finished it. You're welcome.
The internet? You finished?
I finished it.
Wow.
Did you bench it?
No, it's just
big.
done. It's just done. Everybody can use it now, which is great.
Okay.
It was a
Oh,
little
like
difficult
you
before.
finished creating it. There's no more new internet?
Yeah,
Is
there's
that what
no
you're
more.
saying? Wow.
Yeah.
Innovation
have you
is
seen
finished.
any new internet recently? Because I certainly haven't.
Exactly.
Well,
me.
we've been making new internet like at a rapid pace lately. I don't know about you, but I got like
Okay.
hella new internet on the way right now.
Wow,
So.
that's pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Internet too?
Yep.
Well, actually, it's Web 3.0 now is what all the kids are on
Oh,
about.
yeah.
So
Oh boy.
we'll see.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Okay.
What is that? What is Web 3.0?
I-
Is it like a crypto thing?
Well, it's like NFTs and shit. You know the kids. They're just
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I started off this way, guys. I didn't realize you guys are gonna get into a whole conversation. All
Well,
right.
you finished the internet. It was exciting.
Well, yeah.
We're doing
Yeah,
Beerus
it's true. It
versus
is very
Bored
exciting.
Ape today.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, what is it? Bored apes, mutant apes, which apes better?
Hey,
when-
who's
when
running
Gwyneth
the show
Paltrow-
here, guys?
It's
Come
like
on.
a billion
One of
apes,
us.
though.
Pull it back, all right? Hey,
Gwyneth
welcome to the
Paltrow
Death
one
Battle
is the
Cast.
worst.
Oh my god. Welcome to the Death Battle Cast, the show where we talk about important shit. That's what we do here.
Yeah,
What are we talking about today? NFTs?
talking about cartoon characters beating each other up.
Yeah,
We-
that's right. It's
really
way more important
important.
than
We
NFTs.
Yeah.
should do. We should do a line of like death battle, just board death battles, and like just have all of our internal IP characters just like the apes, and just say we're doing it, and just release like a series of JPEGs that aren't minted at all, just so people can just like as a
Yeah.
meme. That would be funny. Like this, like
Yeah.
they're not NFTs, but we thought
Anyone
a
that
series of
downloads it gets
JPEGs
a
would be
virus.
cool. Like, no, what the
Perfect.
fuck? Why are
Brilliant
you so
plan.
malicious? Like,
We can make the images already hexagon. So like
It's
that
like one of
way
those,
it's
like-
like already like
Yeah.
perfect for Twitter.
Like one of those movie
don't even need to
characters that
use
like
the-
destroys your computer.
Perfect. Yeah, you don't even need to link your wallet in order to get the hexagon thing. It's already pre-made. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna.
just go.
We have
Just
a
go,
thing
Ben.
to talk about, guys. It's
No.
it's very important. It's integral to our lives and that of the existing internet, and not some made up future bullshit. We are here to talk about a death battle between a dog and a cat. I think a deer and a cat.
Oh,
I'm not really
horse,
sure what they are. A horse and a
alpaca,
cat. What is
An
what is
alpaca and a
Arceus?
cat. He's
The
like
god
he's God, so
Yes.
he can kind of be whatever he wants to be.
We
But
are
I think
here
it's a horse.
to talk about the battle between the god of destruction, Beerus, and the god of whatever the fuck, Arceus.
An ungulate, I think maybe is the right an ungulate. Yeah,
Yes,
being
exactly.
hooved.
As we
Wait.
all know.
Orcas are ungulates too.
Yeah,
I've
they
seen
have hooves.
giraffes,
Haven't you
bison,
seen those?
Giraffes, bison,
I
like
don't know.
elk, camel, zebra, rhino. I don't know what the fuck that is. Warthog and orcas.
Did you just
Oh,
Google
Ungulate.
like
Yeah,
on
well, I had
Wiki?
to remember the word. I had to confirm, but I heard ungulate in my head, and I went, I'm pretty sure that's it, and then I had to check it. So yeah, an ungulate. Orcus is an ungulate.
So that incredible entertainment that you always get here at Death Battle Cast.
Shoo-ba-doo bop boo, shoo-ba-doo bee.
Of course,
That
that's
is
Liam. I'm
Liam,
Ben, and we're joined by
boobity-bee.
Sam, who's been a
Yeah,
regular
here.
for a little while. And Luis, you're back. It's been a
Yo.
little while since you've been on cast.
Yeah, since it's, well, I mean, a month I think it was like last time
Yeah.
I was here. But yeah, good to be
I
here.
don't remember. I don't keep track of shit. But
Time's a product construct.
time is meaningless.
I have the
all
object
right.
permanence of a 5-month-old. Who are you?
That's about right for me. If I didn't see you guys' faces every
Yeah.
week, I'd forget we even know each other.
Luis,
so
if you
it's-
duck
we
behind
got
below
this.
the camera and then come back up, I'll start laughing uncontrollably. Because you were
I-
gone and then you're here again.
Sorry, no, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I can't. I really can't. There's no space down here, so like
Okay.
I can't really do that without hurting myself.
Yeah,
Well,
don't do that.
You know,
That sounds like a
art
bad
is a
idea.
sacrifice. Yeah.
All right,
is, it is.
let's get to this. So the way this is gonna work, as always, is we are gonna have two of us argue for these characters, and everybody else gets to vote. I will be arguing for the greatest god of destruction ever, Lord Beerus, and Liam is taking the stupid ungulate.
Ungulate, yeah. God of
Arceus.
creation
That's a kind
and
of gross
everything.
word.
It is a
Ungulate,
disgusting
yeah.
word.
Not
Yeah,
a
dude,
fan.
like my ungu. Like what
The
is that?
ungulate sounds like a pus-filled like wound or something. It's just got
Yeah.
like a bad.
It means hoof. It means hoof. It's probably like
Hoof.
Latin or something.
Okay.
Ungulatos. I don't know. I made that one up. Actually,
Sure.
ungulatos would be Greek. That atos would be.
Let's
kinda
just
Greek.
get to it.
Okay.
You can calm down there.
It's going to be our job to convince the jury to vote for our respective character through any means necessary, as usual. And the jury consists of 3 seats. That'll be Sam, Luis, and you watching this live. If you're watching this live on Wednesday at noon Central Time, thank you for joining us. We're looking at the chat on Rooster Teeth right now. Feel free to throw in your 2 cents. We are absolutely going to be pulling some stuff from the chat as we go. And then there will be a poll as well visible in the chat that you can vote for whichever character you think should win this death battle. But as always, this is in a courtroom. Everybody can jump in on the conversation, including Sam and Luis. Guys, feel free. Don't just sit there, please. So we can go ahead and begin with opening statements.
Yeah, fuckers.
Let's hear them.
It's ungulata, by the way. I was close.
Ungulata.
Ungulata. That's the clade.
The ta kind of changes it. Like I could see like ungulata, like that being like a nice, like I don't know.
Ungulata was the
Seafood
name
pasta.
of my first wife.
I would
Yeah,
fuck
it sounds
with
like a
who
weird
died
pasta.
in a shipwreck.
Yeah, like a pasta
What?
shape. But that would be a good like a hoof pasta shape. I can see the little ungulata.
Yeah.
We'll get a little plate of those bad boys. Anyways, who's going first?
I'll go first.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, 60 seconds on the clock for Beerus. Here's the thing. I don't even need 60 seconds. Beerus is just the ultimate god of destruction, guys. Like, he's fucking Beerus. The guy showed up, kicked the shit out of Goku using a mere fraction of his power. And throughout the series, there have been multiple occasions where, fans are watching or reading Dragon Ball Super and they think, oh, maybe Goku's reaching Beerus's power level, right? Oh, maybe he's, other characters are comparable to Beerus now. Nah, we just keep being told over and over again. No. Beerus's power is just way out there. Nothing can match him. We don't even know the exact limit of Beerus's power because he's just that powerful. And of course, in his first fight with Goku, as we've measured on Death Battle multiple times now, they can destroy our own universe with a single punch 9 to 13 times over. That's nothing to Beerus. So the dude is just unstoppable, and whatever the fuck Arceus is, Ungulata is gonna be able to kill him.
Gelato.
Wow. What a
Arceus.
load.
No gelato.
Gelato.
No gelato
Yeah.
horse is
What
gonna be
a
able to match
load.
such raw power.
Of bullshit. Bull being an ungulate, probably.
Probably. Yeah, like
Probably.
you're
Was
not
it on
sure.
the list that you were just
I mean, they have
looking at?
hooves.
I don't
They have
remember you
hooves.
mentioning that.
So, right? Yeah, they have hooves. Anyways, 60 seconds. Arceus, let's go. Beerus isn't the ultimate god of destruction in Dragon Ball. Zeno is. Beerus is not the top deity. Beerus is impressive, powerful, is a destroyer, but is ultimately like one in a chain of just very powerful Dragon Ball characters. Arceus, on the other hand, is the god of creation and the god of everything. Everything that was created by him. He created every single Pokemon. He has every single Pokemon's abilities. He is the creator of the Pokemon multiverse. Beerus is powerful. Sure, he can destroy X number of universes. Arceus created an infinite number of universes in the multiverse. He is just so much more powerful than Beerus, has so many more abilities, can warp reality, can warp space and time, and is immune to all of that. It's just not a contest.
See, I think a lot of that is bullshit. And I'm gonna get into that. I do want to mention something to Caring Worm. Caring Worm in the chat brought up, could Beerus resist Arceus's time stop? I believe there is a time stop ability or whatever, a move that Arceus can learn. If time stops between universes are obviously super weird, but the way it affects Dragon Ball characters is if you're just more powerful than the person who does the time stop, you can push through it. It's basically it. That's how Goku's able to counter hit. It happens a couple times throughout the series. It's not that Goku necessarily moves faster than time. It's always about like power level comparison.
And that was a time skip too. It was not exactly the same as a time stop.
It's technically he's like freezing time for himself for just a little bit period of time. So
sort of does the same thing with hit too, right? Like he's just strong enough to like it doesn't even phase him. He's just like boop, gotcha. Like
you can basically take advantage of a brief time stop essentially. So it kind of matches up. Real quick before we continue, we'll say the vote, the poll is currently in the chat, and if you are watching on mobile, you can use #1 to vote for Beerus, the one you want to vote for, or #2 to vote for Ungulata. Arceus. So let's get into this. Arceus is, man, I've seen this matchup requested a fair amount. And it's always been one of those that, like, there are certain death battle matchups that, like, I see the requests and see the names and think, I can picture that. I can kind of see how that would go. I can kind of see how we would animate that, blah, blah, blah. This is one of those that I look at and I just think, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I don't really know what to do with this one.
Big white horse versus purple cat.
Well, Arceus doesn't really
weird,
move.
yeah.
He's God, so he doesn't need to move. He just sits there and like wills whatever he wants into existence. So it's a fundamentally different kind of two different kinds of gods. So a fight between them is weird. It would just be Arceus being like, and then Beerus.
I'm kind of interested in like why they made Arceus the way Arceus is. Like when they're making Pokemon, obviously, like I don't know, 80% of them are based off animals, but they were like, hey, we're gonna make the god of all Pokemon universes, right? Like he's the like omni god of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And they were like
his design. I think it's kind of cool.
I mean his design's fine, but just like why horse?
Why is he a horse?
Yeah, like, I feel like it's better called than like ice cream cone. But I feel like they could have done something like
My boy
I don't know,
Garbodor.
a little cooler than horse.
As far as I know, Arceus' like form is not really his actual form. It's just a visualization of him, right?
Yes, that is true.
He lives in the multiverse, right? We don't know how he really looks like.
Arceus is on Web 3.0 for sure.
We see Arceus actually in the beginning of Legends Arceus.
He's on the blockchain,
He's just like a glowing light. So he just chooses that form. But again, like I think you're asking like in a meta sense, why did the creators of Pokemon decide to draw him as a horse design? I don't know. I can only speculate. I think maybe it's kind of disarming because like Giratina and Palkia and Dialga are like these big kind of like Godzilla dinosaur creatures, and it's like you'd think that like Arceus would be like something even more terrifying, but he's just kind of this very small, demure horse. Horses are closely associated with the origins of humanity and civilization emerging from the steppe. I don't know. That's probably a little bit too much.
There are a couple like mythical creatures that are similar to horses in mythology. I'm sure it's probably pulled from one of those.
Pegasus. I don't know what the ring thing around him is. Maybe it's like supposed to be a halo. It kind of looks like he's trapped in like a plastic.
Comments pointed out he looks like a horse that got stuck in a fancy fence.
Yeah.
And I was
if I recall correctly, the ring thing is supposed to be some sort of focus, right? That he uses in order to interact with the mortal world. I
don't know about that.
It's not actually a part of him. Because when you give him the different plates for the different attack types, that changes color. So I don't think it's actually a part of him. I think it's just something he uses to interact with the world.
Right.
Like a tool of his. But either way, the idea that he is just some ball of light out there and he takes the form of a weird horse to interact with people, I think calls in a lot of different questions. So if Arceus is God,
Yeah.
and he created all of Pokemon. What are humans? And what are the other animals that are running around? Because there are actual animals in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
Did he also make all of that?
Yes.
They're lazy Pokemon, so like they
Wait,
didn't want
hold
to
up,
give all the
there's-
powers and shit.
Oh yeah, there are just like normal fish. And
Yeah, they
stuff,
just
aren't
eat
they?
like normal
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
Sushi
They
exists. in Pokemon.
also eat fucking Magikarps and shit. So
Yeah.
who's to
but-
say they just have never stopped to scan the other fish with the Pokedex, right? Like
Exactly, right?
oh fuck,
Well,
That's the
Toonemon, we never
fundamental.
knew.
I mean, that's the fundamental question of Pokemon. Like, what are Pokemon versus regular
Yeah.
animals? Yeah,
there is a difference because you can throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon and capture it. Presumably, you could not throw a Pokeball at a human or just some bird and turn it into digital, energy.
would you not? Is
Um,
there a rule that says you can't? I actually
Do
don't
Pokemon
know.
really do turn into digital energy though?
Yeah, you store them
Yeah.
on a freaking computer.
Have you played Pokemon Arceus? The latest
Destroyed.
Arceus?
Have you
Did
played
you-
this
it-
game that came out
did-
yesterday?
Listen. How do you think Pokeballs work? Actually, do you think they actually turn the
cat.
Pokemon into like a little tiny creature and then lives inside? Because in
Isn't that what happens?
Pokemon,
It's always been
No.
turning into data, right?
no, in Legends Arceus they specifically state that Pokemon have the ability to shrink down into size, and they're just making this like container for them to live in, basically.
Hey, I just wanted to take a moment and let you know that this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Feeling more confident is always a good New Year's resolution, and Blue Chew is here to help you step up to the plate. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but as a chewable tablet, and at a fraction of the cost. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And it's all done online, so no doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no going to the pharmacy. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special deal for our Death Battle cast viewers. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code DBC at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code DBC to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
It was
fucking
like
with me.
literally,
You're fucking
it was
with me.
dropped at the beginning of the game.
I don't believe it. I don't
You're
believe
It
it.
was
fucking with
dropped.
me.
I'm not fucking with you. This is actually
It's
something
clearly
that
a different
a
technology,
professor
though.
said.
Right? Like Legends Arceus takes place in the past, right? It's not
Yeah,
just some
yeah.
weird like Renaissance fair that you play in.
Yeah,
So apparently you can manipulate a Pokeball. It happens in the show where somebody puts Ash and some kids in a Pokeball in Pokeballs, but they had to be manipulated to be
Charizard
able
finally
to catch
snaps.
anything. Yeah. Well,
Oh my god.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, either way, I think the idea that Arceus. Okay, so the idea that Arceus creates the whole multiverse, I think there's a lot of questions about that, about whether or not that's legit. But first, I do want to mention, because you mentioned Beerus is not the ultimate god of destruction or whatever. I mean, as far as we can tell, he is the most powerful god of destruction in the Dragon Ball universe. He's yet to be bested by
No.
anyone.
Ben,
Oh.
there's
you should look at chat.
The clown guy
Everybody's
is
confirming what
stronger.
I'm saying.
yeah, they
That's right.
mentioned
That's right.
Elmon
The clown
is
guy.
gonna-
Weiss mentions
Yeah.
in the Tournament of Power thingy that one of the other gods of destruction is
That's
stronger
right.
than
I always forget the clown guy because I don't like him.
well,
I
and
think he's looks
and
really
there's
stupid,
those
yeah.
like 3 universes that aren't in the Tournament of Power because they're just like so much stronger. Assumably,
Yeah.
those gods are probably
Wait,
maybe
really?
a little stronger.
Oh, I
maybe
don't
the
know
gods are more powerful. It's more so that their
There's no
universes are just more
data.
powerful overall.
Yeah, there's no
People
data
doing
for that at all.
Yeah,
It's just
we don't know anything about that.
we
So
know
as
the
far as we
fighters
can
in
tell,
those
he's one of
universes
the
are
most
stronger.
powerful beings there. Xeno is a completely different thing. Like, that's a guy who can just snap his fingers and whatever he wants happens. Beerus can't do that. He is explicitly destruction.
Yes.
But we have not seen any sort of limit to how far that destruction can go. And given how his battle with Champa basically almost destroyed 2 entire universes casually, we do know that his power can reach a multiversal level, expanding into multiple universes. So he can reach a multiversal level. I think there is an argument to be made, though, that Arceus does not. I know everybody says he created the multiverse, but my question is, if he created the multiverse, that doesn't make any sense to me. Because the way Pokemon works,
Say what?
as of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they established this. Every single game is its own universe. And not every single game is in every single
Yes. Yeah.
iteration.
Yeah.
Every single playthrough
I
My
was actually going to
playthrough
mention this.
of Pokemon Red is a different universe than your playthrough of Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
And
I got your
same
answer
thing
for you.
for my playthrough of Pokemon Platinum or whatever. So when you find Arceus in that universe, there's another Arceus in another universe, and another, and another, and another.
Yep.
So he couldn't have made the whole multiverse because there's a single Arceus for each universe, right?
Do you want the
Holy
answer?
Shit.
I'm
Arceus-
asking for the answer. Yeah.
Arceus says that the
Oh.
Arceus that you encounter, that you capture, is but a sliver of his own power. And the Arceus, the true Arceus, says that he exists beyond time and space.
Okay.
The Arceus that you capture are avatars.
I
The
feel
main
like
Arceus exists beyond time and space.
I feel like
That's why.
this is kind of like what Chad had with the fucking Captain Crunch, where he was just like not able to like get off the hill he was dying on. Where like the ability to create shit is not the same as the ability to like. You can't just be like, well, he made people, so he can kill people. Like that's not like a real argument. And I feel like Arceus, yeah, he can make universes, but that's not the same as being able to destroy them.
Well, yeah, he also
Wait.
he also fights Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina. Like he would like the energy that he uses to fight like would be able to destroy, right? Yeah. It's
If every
it's like he has
if
the level
every,
of
playthrough of Pokemon is like it's all multiverse. Just kind of like I just need to comprehend this because it's like it's blowing my mind. Does that mean that when you battle someone, you're fighting through a multiverse? Like you're going through
Yeah.
the
yes,
multiverse to
that's
fight?
it's stated. It's stated that you travel through time and space when you link games.
The
Fucking
the
insane.
link cable.
Link cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaks the universe.
What a waste of like whoever in the Pokemon world created this ability. They're like, yo, dog, we got the ability to fucking cross universes. What should we do? I don't know. Let's let children fucking fight, dog. Like, what? No.
We also know that Arceus, like, just
There's so
upon
many
waking
meta
up, like,
things.
we don't see him like because the point of him is not that he like kills people, right? So we don't see him unmaking people, but we do see when he wakes up in his own home dimension, like an energy wave like expands out and like shatters like dozens of like these tiny little galaxies like all around him. So that's just him waking up, right? Like the level of power that he has is can be measured by the multiverse that he created and also by the attacks that he does against beings like Dialga and Palkia and Giratina, who also were created by him, are like pieces of him. They're like offshoots of him, and they're the ones that shaped the multiverse that he created.
So I do want to point out two things in the chat. So some people are comparing this to Darkseid.
Yes,
because Darkseid
yeah,
does a
it's like-
similar
it's a
sort of
lot like
thing where
Darkseid.
he's like an entity in his own realm. If he were to go into the mortal realm, his physical form actually like basically cannot exist there because it's just too powerful. So he
Higher
creates
dimension.
avatars. As far as I'm aware, Darkseid is not making an unlimited number of avatars across an unlimited number of multiverses. Pretty sure he's
Yeah,
like
Arceus is not.
there's a
Darkseid.
finite number of dark sides out there. And then Sea Fighter mentions that like that he doesn't buy my argument that each playthrough is its own multiverse. That's not an argument. I'm not making that argument. The games are. The games told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, that's true.
That's
it is
fact in the world of Pokemon.
Yeah, and
Right,
there's also
but then at the same
also-
time, they said that Pokemon shrank in the new game, so I don't know what.
Sure.
Yeah, they're not big on keeping it together. So
Yeah, I will say. So there's of course always the question of like how accurate are the Pokédex entries and things like that. Pokemon obviously is a universe that Game Freak doesn't really give a shit about when it comes to like making sure every single entry connects in some way. Like, it's kind of up in the air. It has to be in order to be as big as it is, right? So there are all sorts of little inconsistencies like that might not make a whole lot of sense. And there's also like almost 1,000 Pokemon. I'm sure there's plenty.
They also
of
state that there's like it's a many worlds thing where it's like any little change that like happens, any decision like that branches out creates a new universe, like the kind of timeline thing.
I'm saying there's a finite number of them. Yeah, he's making multiple. Darkseid is making multiple avatars, but he's not like he doesn't have literally an unlimited number, right?
We can mention Darkseid as a way to understand what Arceus is doing, but we can't apply Darkseid's powers, like the rules of his powers, to Arceus. They're not exactly the same thing. So the limitation that Darkseid may have does not apply to Arceus.
Okay. I think I understand what's going on here. Because Arceus, we don't really understand Arceus, but Darkseid has been around long enough that we can understand his powers quite a bit. And so there is sort of a temptation to be like, well, Darkseid is similar, so let's use those same rules. Can't really do that.
You could I would just bring him up. I mean, I didn't even bring them up, but just as a way to illustrate the concept of like a god making avatars. That's the extent I would use him. But what's also really relevant about that ability for Arceus is that Beerus has no way of killing him, because he could. I would say he doesn't win against even an avatar of Arceus, but even if he does, like, luckily get out of Hakai, even though Arceus would be able to survive that. Let's say he can't. Let's say he does kill an avatar of Arceus. He's just killing an avatar of Arceus. Arceus just create a new one and then fight him. Or he could create the creation trio and then have them kill Beerus. Or just create every Pokemon plus the creation trio plus an avatar of Arceus and then have them kill Beerus. Right? Like that's
you can say every Pokemon, but like we can go through the list. I don't think fucking Zapdos got shit on Beerus, right? Like there's not like
but like
it's just gonna be a real large slaughter.
The Pokemon that can fucking destroy your soul or fucking warp reality and shit, I would argue are a
like
bigger
some of
deal.
the weird ass Pokedex entries.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the legendaries, right? Like
Yeah, but where would this fight take place though? Like, because like if it's space,
at your mom's house.
Oh my fucking god!
Okay, cool. Space.
Okay.
Sure.
So, at the end of the day, what this is going to come down to is whether or not Beerus is powerful enough to kill whatever Arceus's essence is. Because, like, there's not much else I can say about Beerus, to be perfectly honest. We all know he's just, like, immensely powerful, and that's his thing.
He's a Dragon Ball character, right? Like, he's a Dragon Ball character who has Hakai, and he has, like, Ultra Instinct to a degree. That's, like, that's
he can't
Beerus.
master it, because the Gods of Destruction can't master Ultra Instinct, but he does have some element of it.
Oh, that's
and he's got Ultra Ego. We do know that.
Oh, yeah.
So he can do the Ultra Ego thing, he takes damage, that makes him more powerful, shoots it back out.
That's
still kind of
the same
up in
thing
the air how
Vegeta
that
does,
works.
right? Vegeta
Yes,
does
he's the one who
his
taught it to
Ultra
Vegeta.
Ego. Yeah.
Based kind of. Showed it to Vegeta, more like. So there is. It's impossible to outright say exactly how powerful he is. But what?
Got Beerus.
We found Beerus.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, little kitty.
Beerus.
Oh my god.
Can you tell us what would you do to take down Arceus?
That is a very handsome cat. I'm just gonna say that. Hi there, sweetheart. How are you doing? Yeah.
Cute cat.
That is a fucking. That is a
Ears
cute
are
ass
back though.
cat. He's scared.
He's not exactly excited to be taken down Arceus.
He's tolerating.
No,
he's tolerating being held right there.
Did not like that. Did not like the idea of fighting Arceus.
I don't have a horse, but I do have a white dog.
I love when cats are like
maybe.
old enough that they don't look like kittens anymore, but they're still clearly kittens because they're kind of floppy. Like they're kind of floppy. Like I like that like era of cat. They're not fully beefed out into full cat.
Era of cat.
They're just sort of like adolescent kind of floppy cat. I love that.
Muramasa does bring up a good point in the chat that I kind of wanted to cover. So Arceus can create all of time and space, the multiverse, whatever.
Yeah.
How long does it take him to do that? Is he able to just instantly create stuff? Because in the Dex entries, I believe, it mentions that he uses 1,000 arms or whatever. It's like theorized that that's the unknown.
That makes sense.
So is he doing that all instantaneously, or is it like this long form sort of?
It's the creation of the universe, so we don't know. Because it is the creation of everything. You could probably equate it to the Big Bang, which did happen instantaneously. I don't know how long it took the Creation Trio to form the universe. I know that just the battles between Arceus and the Creation Trio will threaten reality. Let me finish! Will threaten reality instantaneously. So it's like if their battles can threaten all of reality, in a single battle, like instantaneously, like this tack is warping space and time and shit, then yeah, I think they'd be able to create that same thing at the same amount of time. Maybe shaping it takes longer because it's the specificity of shaping it. I don't know. But
I don't think you can say that the Big Bang happened instantaneously if it's what created the universe is still expanding. Like
the Big Bang. Well, yeah, the Big Bang isn't currently happening, right? The Big Bang is just the instant. There's actually like a very brief amount of time, just the instant that it expanded into from a singularity into a size that can be measured.
We've talked about it in the past, but the importance of having a VPN to protect your online privacy is bar none. Choosing the right VPN, though, it's equally important. And ExpressVPN is the best VPN on the market, and here's why. ExpressVPN doesn't log your activity. Lots of cheap free VPNs sell your data to advertisers, which kind of defeats the purpose of a VPN, but ExpressVPN developed a technology that makes their VPN servers incapable of storing any data at all, which is beautiful. ExpressVPN now uses Lightway, a VPN protocol they engineered to make users' speeds even faster. It's always blazing fast and, lets you stream all that 4K HD quality with zero buffering. And it's just, y'all know, we've been talking about ExpressVPN for years now. It's just dope. It is you use the internet, you should have a VPN. Pick ExpressVPN because it's a good one, okay? But yeah, protect yourself with a VPN that we all use and trust here at Rooster Teeth. Use my link at expressvpn.com/dbc today and get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/dbc. expressvpn.com/dbc. Go check it out. Go learn more. Consider it. It's a great VPN. Okay, back to the show.
So that did happen in a specific time frame. It's just the universe continued to expand past that. Big Bang is that specific moment rather than.
Murmasa also brought up a new point. Technically, we have no idea how long it took because time did not exist at that point.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's a good point.
He had not yet created Dialga and Palkia, which is also another weird thing. Like, okay, if he creates all of time and space, they're not managed by him. They're managed by other entities.
Yes.
Which you can capture. Are Dialga and Palkia also this like weird dark side thing where they're another entity? Yeah.
I guess probably. I'm not sure. I didn't exactly check on that.
Or are they like
probably?
Is there an individual time and space source for each universe? And you can capture that in a Pokeball. Pokemon's weird, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this.
Is Arceus like literally the Big Bang?
Arceus is God. Arceus is straight up like God. Like that's just that he his true form, and this is a statement from him from the Legends Arceus, exists beyond time and space. Like he is a higher dimensional being. He just doesn't like everything else. He might as well be playing a fucking Game Boy.
Well then, I don't think there's good evidence that this creature, this thing beyond time and space, can beat Beerus, but I don't even know if Beerus can fight something that's beyond time and space. So it feels kind of like I agree with one of those. Stop.
Okay, Beerus could destroy Zamasu, who might be the closest thing we've seen him fight to something like Arceus, but it's still a completely different sort of thing.
Yeah. and Zamasu before he became like big old Chungus. Big scary Chungus face.
There's no reason Beerus couldn't have still taken on something that powerful. Because again, Beerus can destroy multiple universes multiple times over, and that's using a fraction of his power.
But he was going
to to destroy
maybe
millions of universes in a second. Like he could annihilate literally all of the Dragon Ball multiverse is finite, right? Well, except for all the like branching things. There are a finite number of timelines and universes or whatever.
There is still a finite
Theoretically,
number of
Beerus
timelines,
could
too.
just snap his fingers and the entire reality of Dragon Ball just collapses.
I think it applies to his ki, right? Like if how far his ki can expand, because that's what it's destruction energy, right? Like that's how
Well,
he does it.
that's why I specifically brought up the Champa thing, because we know his energy can expand into other universes.
Yeah,
It's not just that he can destroy the universe 13 times over. It can go into other universes.
I don't think that was destruction energy. I think that was like the shockwaves of his punches. I think that was like just the force of their punches, which I guess is the same thing.
That's even better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the energy that they're expelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it can break through reality to some degree, and because of that, I think it could still affect Arceus, and maybe even. Like, does Arceus need Dialga and Palkia to function?
They are him. They're a part of him. So no.
So what happens if they die? Like what happens if Palkia dies?
I think unless he intervenes, then time and space will start to fall apart. But he ultimately controls time and space, so he would just create new ones or control it manually.
If he created like both of them, then like. That's not gonna stop him from like assisting, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But space doesn't exist anymore. If Palkia dies.
Right. He exists beyond time and space.
Okay.
That's why I don't think it's not the same thing as just existing in a different universe, like separate. It's like beyond those concepts, right? Like he is like the boundaries of time and space have no claim on him because he's the one that created them, right?
So, but even if each Arceus is a fraction of the true Arceus,
yes,
a fraction of Arceus can still be beaten by a 10-year-old and his Pokemon friends.
That is a good point.
That doesn't bode well for him, in my opinion, because
here's the thing.
no fraction of Beerus, I think, in the terms of fraction of like his entity. Could be beaten by a 10-year-old.
Well,
right? If Ash rolled up on Beerus, there wouldn't. This would just. We're done. The man's a dust cloud of blood. Like it's nothing, right? Like.
Well, what's one divided by infinity, right? Like I don't think that. First of all, he says he's a sliver. So saying fraction is like a mathematical fraction is kind of is I think missing the point. It's not literally like a piece, like, oh, he took something out and now he is like less. Now the main Arceus is less than. It's like, this is just an avatar that represents like an infinitesimal portion of my power. Also with the games, like, look, RPGs are kind of a thing where you fight your dog in the first battle, and in the last battle you dethrone God, right? Like, you capture. The whole point is that you capture
from giant rats to God. Yeah, that's a pretty
from
standard
giant rats
RPG,
to God, right? So I don't think that's necessarily a downgrade as much as it is like saying, wow, that's really impressive that like Red and his fucking team or whoever fights in Diamond and Pearl are able to fight Arceus.
Diamond and Pearl.
What?
Oh, it's Diamond
literally named Diamond and Pearl.
What happened in the Arceus
manga.
movie with Ash? Like, did Ash actually beat Arceus in some way?
I think
I
they removed enough of that Arceus's plates that he became like not resistant to electricity, and then Pikachu zapped him, and he was like, "Oh,
good."
Just to get it here, because you said like, what's 1 divided by infinity, right? There is got to be a finite number of these universes, and just based off of is of March 2021, the Pokemon series has sold 380 million units. I think that's not approaching infinite quickly enough for me.
That's not the only way that the Pokemon multiverse is subdivided. It's also divided by the, like I said, the like every single time that there's like a branching path in the universe, like a choice that's different, it creates a new timeline. So it's infinite, right? Like that creates an infinite multiverse. On top of the
that's not cable. Infinite. That's
okay.
Every
I have
single,
a question for everybody in the chat.
It is infinite.
I have a question because I like this direction. I have a question for everybody in the chat. What do you think is the average amount of times you replay a Pokemon game? How many times have you played through Red? How many times have you played through Diamond? Whatever. Let us know, and we can figure out how many universes
This one
exist
shut-in
in
that has played
the
Red
Pokemon
100,000
multiverse.
times.
Because if you have played the
Do
game an
Nuzlockes
average
count?
of like 4 times,
Nuzlockes.
yeah, they do. Like anytime you
do,
play through
yeah.
one would count. By the game's own rules. So if
That's funny.
everybody plays through it, every game an average of 3 times, that would be what 900
Trillion.
million, 900 trillion universes plus the anime, plus the manga, etc. Which isn't going to really add that much, honestly.
Every
in
time you
comparison.
stream the anime a different universe. No, that,
Well, no, because they're making the same decisions.
yeah, I know.
But I guess if you stream it out of order, does it?
Is that one time when it like gave a bunch of like Japanese kids seizures its own universe? Is that like
Yeah, exactly.
Is the one with James with boobs?
not
Is
canon
that its own
anymore.
universe?
There's the American version and the Japanese version. Yeah.
I think
All right, we're getting
it
a
sounds
lot
like
of
Arceus
a lot of
is like
numbers.
very divided though. So with his attention so divided, how is he gonna beat Beerus? Because he can't just not.
His consciousness exists across all time and space. So he's omniscient, essentially omnipresent.
Oh shit!
I
I
don't think
forgot.
this fight actually works. Like I don't think something that
Yeah,
doesn't
I
have
know,
a
right?
physical form that is beyond time and space.
He can create
can
physical
fight.
forms, right? Like you can still fight the Avatar.
I'm gonna-
Arceus.
Yeah, and if we look at the physical forms he creates that are a portion of him, I
Yeah.
do think Beerus beats that.
Why?
It's-
Why?
Why? Because Ash can. Like, if Ash and his if a fucking Charizard and a Pikachu can take this man, a fraction of this man down, Beerus absolutely can. The greater whole thing, probably not, but that's not physical. That
But
fight
if
doesn't work.
Giratina, and Palkia and Dialga can threaten all of reality, and you fight them with your Pikachu, how strong does that make your Pikachu? How strong does that make an endgame Pikachu? Right? I know that sounds absurd because it's like, what? But that's how every fucking RPG works. You're just some fucking kid fighting rats, and then at the end you level up and you fight God. It's actually
Kind
ironic.
of.
I've been
Like,
playing Shin Megami Tensei, which is like the original demon
Yeah.
monster capturing game.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic, but it's the same thing there. You're just a kid with a computer thing,
Yeah.
and you have a gun sometimes, but that gun shoots Satan in the fucking face and it hurts him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you can summon fucking Lucifer to like shoot lasers down from heaven, you know.
We
but
did
your gun does the
establish-
same damage.
Yeah, Pikachu.
The Demi-Fiend punches people.
Okay, so yeah, so Arceus is this ridiculous, unknowable entity, right?
Mhm.
In order to interact with Beerus, though, in order to fight Beerus, he's going to have to take on some sort of form that can interact with him, right?
But his true form doesn't. I mean, he can just create an avatar to fight for him. He just do that
That's a good
fucking forever.
You know, that's a good question. Does it count if like Beerus kills the Avatar? Does that count as killing like Arceus? Or does it have to be the
based on our death
actual
battle rules? No,
I think there's a difference between Arceus the Pokemon and Arceus the like omnipresent god being.
Okay.
And that's where I am. Like Beerus beats Arceus the Pokemon. Like the thing that you could capture and use in games or whatever. Beerus beats.
All right,
Yeah.
you know what? Just because I'm arguing for Beerus, I'm gonna go with this. Yeah, Beerus beats Arceus the Pokemon. Absolutely. There's
No,
nothing
he
you can
doesn't.
do about
He
it.
actually does not. That Arceus the Pokemon still has Arceus's powers. Like he still has the power to control time and space
So-
and reality and shit.
Does
He
Ash
does.
and his Pokemon beat Beerus?
Yes. Not Ash. No, not Ash. But like an end game like Diamond or Pearl. Yeah.
I don't know, Liam. Arceus only has an average of 120 hit points.
that's a classic.
Pretty
yeah. His
sure.
stats are only kind of average.
Pretty sure Beerus can wipe that out pretty quick. Why are all of his stats 120? That's weird.
I don't know.
He just
I don't
got
know.
bored. Was like,
How
I
are you
don't
supposed
really...
to balance that kind of character, right?
It's
So then
because
he-
a sliver of him ain't that great. Like,
It is. You
good.
still fucking. You can still fight Giratina and Palkia in the anime, right? And they're like literally destroying the reality. In the manga, they say
Okay.
just the fight between Dialga and Palkia is like destroying the universe. Like space is warping and shit, and it's all falling apart. He still has all the powers of all the Pokemon. He still has all their abilities, mind control, fucking soul
Arceus
control.
in the movie shows up to fight Palkia and Dialga.
Yeah.
Why? Why would he need to do that?
I don't fucking. It's the movie. It's the movie.
Sounds to me, based on everything we've talked about, that if Arceus
Actually, no.
was
They
really
fight
this
him. They
powerhouse-
fight him. He's not doing anything. They're just attacks. Just bounce off.
Right, but they're going crazy, so Arceus shows up to get him under control, right? If he's really as powerful as we're talking about, why doesn't he just blink them away? Or just make
and make
them
new ones. Like, yeah, why
better?
does he let a Pikachu zap him? Like, that's my thing. Like,
Yeah,
If-
movie
if-
Arceus is much less impressive looking than game Arceus and lore Arceus and that. Like his
Or is
low
it-
showings in the movie. Yeah, or
is it that we're just using some nebulous descriptions and kind of building off of that to create a sort of a fan interpreted version of Arceus, and in reality, he's not nearly as powerful. And as established in the movies and the games, he's actually something that has to interact in a way that can be defeated.
No, in the games it is described. He is described as being an avatar, as being a sliver of his power that comes from the games.
I think there's a little bit of his power to get misconstrued in a way where it's like, if somebody was to look at like the first fucking single cell organism to mitose, and they're like, damn, this is the start of all life. Look at it, and you're like, no, that's a piece of shit. I can step on that, but like, yeah, I guess it started something, right? Like, I feel like there's a little bit of that in the Arceus vibes too, where it's just because it showed up first, it big strong god.
But it created the multiverse, right? Like no other Pokemon can do that, right? Like just you could whittle it down. You can whittle this fucker down to like the core thing that Arceus created the fucking multiverse.
Why does
Palkia
Arceus
and
even
Dialga.
give a fuck about any of this? Like, why does Arceus?
Because it's a fucking anime, and he has to show up because they had to release the fucking game, so Arceus has to show up.
How is Arceus gonna fight anybody when he doesn't have hands? He's just
He
got
has
hooves.
1,000 hands.
even in this new game, Arceus, like, obviously he's there. The game is named after the man, right? It's the Legend of Arceus. Like,
I actually don't know. I mean, you see him in the beginning. I'm sure that he comes back in the game at some point.
yeah, and you probably beat him as another fucking time traveling 10-year-old. Like, I just feel like I feel like the Pokemon Arceus is not that impressive.
I feel that he is. And I'm not going off of guesses. I'm
What
going
the-
off
okay,
of-
I'm-
You know,
I'm-
that would
I
have been
haven't
impressive. That would have been impressive if you didn't mention, yeah, Ash and Pikachu and Charizard can beat Beerus. It's like,
Yeah, which is
I don't
I'm
think
sure
I
about
don't think
that.
Ash can. I should clarify. I don't think Ash can.
Real
but,
quick,
like, yeah.
I haven't played Legends Arceus, so I'm looking at the Bulbapedia article of Arceus, just kind of glancing through it, and I come across this sentence that's worded funny to me. Talking about his role in Legends Arceus, it says, Arceus does not suffer fools gladly, and it will attack in a violent rampage if betrayed or
Jesus
deceived.
Christ.
It also holds long grudges if betrayed.
Oh,
by
yeah,
those
and
it considers its friends.
Oh, and Giratina can create antimatter, which is just the same thing as essentially Hawkeyeing. So Arceus has his own Hawkeye, kind of basically Hawkeye thing. So just adding,
So
just throwing that out
Does
there. 'cause
he
I looked at my
made a
notes
thing
and I
that
went,
has it. Like,
he invented the concept of antimatter.
I feel like to some extent this is being like Dr. Light made Mega Man so he could shoot lemons out his hands. Like,
But Dr. Light built Mega Man. Arceus went, Mega Man! Or he went,
Wait, what did he do?
like
That visual.
Arceus created the, like, Dr. Light didn't like will the metal that makes Mega Man into existence. Arceus
Okay.
did.
I have a new question
Yes.
for the people in the chat. Why this matchup?
yeah.
Like, how do you guys picture this going if we were to do this as an episode? Because I have seen this requested quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I've just never really understood exactly
I think
what
it's
supposed
I think
to
it's a
look
terrible
like.
idea. I think it's a terrible idea. It wouldn't look cool because Arceus does not move. He just stands there, and that makes sense, right?
Louis,
But like,
simple animation. You
Yeah,
guys just
that
have
would
to
be
have
the
Arceus
upside
sit
is the
there.
animation is
Yeah.
pretty easy. We just get this JPEG of Arceus or
It's
PNG,
just a
just like
JPEG.
It's just one
Yeah.
sprite, one model. It just sits there.
Even better,
Rears
it takes
up.
place in space, so like we don't
Yeah,
even have
exactly.
to worry
So
about
there's no
positions and
background.
stuff.
Never
Yeah.
mind. So maybe we're doing this fight.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? This is the best fight you guys have ever come up with. Because it's the easiest one for us to
There
put
is
together.
the god character from Shin Megami Tensei, which is he's called YHVH. This is like Yahweh, and he has like the golden face, like the infinite golden faces. That might work for Arceus. He's a huge dick.
Mm.
He's a bad guy. I'm in a big
Arceus
Atlas
is a
phase
huge
right
dick?
now. No, Yahweh, Yahweh,
Well, Arceus didn't seem
YHVH
nice
is.
either. To be fair, like
He's
fools are
generally-
suffered poorly or
yeah.
whatever. Like he holds
He's
a grudge
God.
for a long time.
his god. He's kind of Old
yeah.
Testament.
Capital G gods are typically a little
Yeah.
rough around the edges sometimes when it comes to their temperament.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this enough. We have a little bit of time. Do we have anything else we want to touch on? Should we get
Oh,
to
you guys
it?
should read. You guys should read Monsters. It's a graphic novel by Barry Windsor Smith. I read it all
Yeah.
in one sitting, and it was incredible. It's really good.
Isn't
I
it
kinda
based
cried at
on
the end.
the older anime about the like serial killer guy?
That's a manga. That's the manga Monster singular. Monsters was a graphic novel,
Oh,
American released.
I was
by
like,
Barry Windsor
because
Smith.
Monster slaps.
Monster.
And
Monster slaps. Monsters also slaps.
Not related to the pocket monsters that shrink down to be really tiny to hang
Yes.
out in
Yeah.
Pokeballs.
Also play Shin Megami Tensei. I've been playing Nocturne.
Yeah.
I'm actually really loving it, despite it being kind of an old PS2 game. Like, it's fucking great. I just vibe with it very well.
I wonder if this died because the manga monsters really, and the anime is very good. And this is an article from 2013, but HBO was developing a manga adaptation of Monster with Guillermo del Toro, which I was super excited about back in the day, and I just remembered this. And having been 9 years, it seems like it's probably not happening, which is
That's
a
so
shame. That would've
sad.
been Cool.
Oh, Guillermo del Toro would be perfect for that.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
to finish reading
definitely.
that. That mangaka just in general does everything great. He
Well, there's an
Udo
article in
as well.
2018 about it. Huh. Anyways, yeah.
All right. So I still think Beerus has enough power to expand beyond the multiverse and affect Arceus regardless. But
No.
it's going to come down to the votes. We was just no. All right, it's going to come down to the votes. So let's go ahead and get your votes in. Again, if you're on mobile, #1 for Beerus, #2 for Arceus. And let's go ahead and get to the Twitter answers and see what you guys had to say about this matchup. We should have one come up. Sam, if you want to kind of
Beerus
I can
answer,
read.
perhaps?
Okay. Even if Beerus was, it's by Potence12 on Twitter. Even if Beerus was exceptionally stronger, it's the opposite. Beerus's attacks can't kill him. Arceus can just decide to not let Beerus get close via spatio-temporal loops and can instantly end the fight with thoughts like mind wipe or willpower drain.
Right, I didn't even get into the mind hack stuff.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think it's always a question of like whether or not those can affect. Like it's very difficult to know whether or not those could even affect
The
Beerus,
fucking
right?
what's his name? The Bobbity thing. Like, yeah.
I will say, based on how Dragon Ball works, because we would have to be applying these rules to how Arceus affects Beerus. If Beerus is more powerful and can destroy more than Arceus, he will be able to resist that. That's just how powers work in Dragon Ball. If you are stronger, if you have a higher energy level, you can resist those sorts of controls. Vegeta, for example, resisting Babidi. Goku resisting hits time skip, those sorts of things. It is all about level of power. It really is that simple. So Beerus having that insane level of power that is incomprehensible, I think means he could resist a lot of what Arceus has to offer. But of course, we have another Twitter answer that we can bring up.
No.
Yes.
This one for Arceus. See, Richie21, Arceus doesn't seem to be a planetary destroyer because in the movies, he never showed enough power to destroy a planet, just a city. Beerus has been shown to destroy planets easily.
Arceus, City Buster, Max, done.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Gets
like
beat
that's
by
like
a
saying
giant Pokemon.
that's like saying when Goku like punches somebody and like an island blows up that he's a fucking island buster. I think that is wrong.
Have you
It's
ever
silly.
seen Goku destroy a
That's the argument I use whenever somebody is like power scaling doesn't make any sense, and I'm like, well, then Goku isn't a fucking planet buster because he's never done it.
You heard it here first, folks. Goku ain't a planet
Not a
buster.
planet buster. Not a planet buster by feats.
Liam, did you do? I mean, I know you weren't the sole researcher, but were you on Beerus Sailor Galaxia?
I wrote it. I didn't research. I mean, I wasn't one of the
Obviously,
assigned
when you
researchers.
wait it, you do quite a bit
yeah,
of research.
and I
in it.
was part of the research, like in the lead up to it. Like I was talking with the researchers. But,
I was just curious how much she actually, like, how deep on Beerus she got. Yeah.
Deep.
Well, all right. Let's go ahead and start this vote. And we will get it started with the Twitter poll. Let's go ahead and bring that up, see what you guys voted on Twitter before the show. Wow. Okay. It is very close.
Wow, I'm surprised that Arceus won.
Wow. It comes down to the decimals. 49.3% for Beerus, 50.7% for Arceus.
It comes down to the sliver. To the sliver.
To the sliver, huh?
Yeah.
Bringing it back. That may be. Is that the closest we've ever had? It's
No,
definitely up there. I think.
We had a real tie the other day, like a genuine
right.
50-50. Yeah.
That's right. We've had a tie.
Oh, that was it was on the site that was a tie, but
Yeah,
still,
the Twitter
yeah.
poll. I don't know.
Oh.
That's a bigger. I think.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
mean,
bigger,
that was a pretty close. I feel like we might have had. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember shit. I said that at the beginning of the show. But man, that's really close, guys. Okay, but that is sadly one vote for Arceus. Okay, that's fine. We still got 3 more votes to go. We'll see how this goes. All right, starting with you guys here, Sam. What are you feeling?
I mean,
Beerus, right?
versus the Pokemon Arceus, I do think Beerus wins. Versus this weird capital G God thing, I don't think it can be a fight, right? Like, if there is not time or space, a fight cannot take place. I think it's like a decent way to say it, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think against the Pokemon Arceus, Beerus wins. So I'm gonna say Beerus. Also, I mean, cat better than horse.
All right. So,
At least in
Good point.
2021. If we're
Skinny,
talking 1920, horse better than
purple,
cat.
Yeah.
Uggo cat. I don't know about that.
he's a pretty cool
fucking
cat.
hairless cat. No, I don't think so.
So for you, Sam, it kind of comes down to the semantics of how the fight.
Absolutely, 100%.
Work,
It's
yeah.
about
Mhm.
semantics.
semantics.
And-
That's a great way of putting it.
And I mean, semantics
I
are
should've
important.
got,
for
I
something
should have
like
got
this.
Sam Antics as a fucking. That should have been my
Yeah.
Twitter handle this whole time. Shit. Fuck.
You can still grab
Tattoo it.
maybe.
Tattoo it.
Well,
under
see,
the
let me-
bottom of
let me
your
see.
lip. Semantics right there.
Yeah, then nobody else. can
Like
claim
the
it,
characters
right?
in Euphoria, Gru and Jules. They rent rules because they're in a relationship. Spoilers.
So that is one vote for Beerus, admittedly on a technicality, but that's fine. So we are at a tie. Luis, who are you voting for?
I personally feel the same way as Sam about like I think Beerus stands a chance if it's the Pokemon Arceus, but if it's like the omnipotent like being Arceus, then like that just like I don't think that Beerus wins in that case because he could just keep creating Arceus the Pokemon until eventually Beerus just like it's done. But then Leon said no, so obviously I'm gonna vote for Arceus then.
Okay.
Boom.
What is-
Thank you, Luis.
No, sorry, Liam. Sorry, no, I'm going Beerus.
What are you doing?
Good.
What's happening?
He's going Beerus.
Wait.
Locked in. Final answer.
Locked in. Beerus.
Final
locked
answer.
You're
in.
locked
Beerus?
in for Beerus?
Yeah.
He
I just
wants
wanted to get
see
your
me-
hopes up.
He just wanted.
I
he
just wanted to
wants
get your
see
hopes
me get
up.
Mad. Yeah.
I just wanted to get your hopes up.
I know that
and then
spiritually
like
you were on
crush you down.
Arceus' side this whole time. I know that. I
Yeah.
know that at least. Okay. All right.
I'm shocked.
I just wanted to bring you up and then use Sakai on you, and then like
Yeah. I know.
Oh,
No,
wait,
I know.
okay.
I know. People vote against me because they want to see the rage. They want to see the Liam explode. I get it. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's understandable.
I mean, you kind of done that to yourself, man.
I know. I make it entertaining. I'm an
That's your thing.
entertainer. I'm a performer. Yeah.
Liam the actor.
All
So hang on.
performative
Just to be
rage.
clear, you're voting for Beerus.
I'm voting for Beerus because I don't think it's fair to have a matchup where it's only the Pokemon versus Beerus. I feel like, like if it's the omnipotent like Arceus, then like the Arceus can die, right? But then it'll come back. It'll keep coming back, and then like eventually Beerus will, lose against Arceus because he's only a sliver of the power. So that's how I feel.
When we say we're voting, you're voting for who you think will win, not who you think is going to lose. So you're saying you think Arceus will win eventually, but you're going to vote for Beerus.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're intentionally contradicting yourself in order to get me
Wait,
mad.
what is happening?
Okay. So he's voting for
Oh,
Beerus.
look at that dog.
Look at that dog. Look at that fucking dog right there. That's a dog.
Come
right
again to
there.
save the episode.
That's a dog right there.
Wait,
Oh,
I'm
we
so
got some dogs.
confused, Luis. Wait,
There's
okay.
my
dog.
Arceus. Look at this one.
Okay,
Look at that dog.
It gets
Just-
stuck in fences too.
There's a fucking dog.
of course he does.
God,
So,
look at that
all
dog.
right,
That's a good dog.
because I'm a little
I'm just-
confused, so I'm just gonna say one word: Beerus, Arceus. Who's winning?
Beerus winning.
Beerus. Okay, so we got
Okay,
2 votes
okay.
for Beerus.
All right.
1 for Arceus.
Cool.
Oh my gosh, how is this?
I'm just
How's
making
this
it as
gonna go?
confusing as possible.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm amazed
Just like
that I
this
only got
matchup.
1 vote.
Just
Let alone
just
two.
like the matchup. Just like the matchup. It's so confusing.
What?
So like
Not that.
We're at
confusing.
time, so we
Yes.
need to get.
So, all right.
Chat.
Let's bring up the
Vote.
chat poll.
Okay,
Arceus wins
okay.
56%
Yeah.
to 44.
Yeah,
All right, so
thank
that
you.
is a tie,
All right.
2-2. Now, the way this typically
yeah.
works is when we go
Come on.
with the tie, we go to our TD, our director, who's running the show behind the scenes.
Which today is wonderful intern Lucas. So
Sorry to put you on the spot, Lucas, but
fucking, it's your job now, bud. You have to make big decisions.
yeah.
See, I
you
was a
let me
little
know.
worried about this. But yesterday, by the way, hey guys. Yesterday
Hi there.
on we have a
Right.
Twitter graphic here, and I kind of fat fingered it, and I accidentally hit Arceus. So I think the universe just is saying it. So I think it's Arceus.
All right.
Oh no! I almost had this one. Arceus
it would have been so
wins.
funny.
Yeah.
When you
Lucas-
aim for the king, you best
Lucas is
not
a
miss.
Pokemon fanboy confirmed. Cool. Well,
Thanks so much, Lucas.
That's a good show.
And really good stuff with the show. Thank you all for watching. We do have to go.
take
But
him down.
what a weird ass matchup. Let us know what you think of the matchup. Again, I've seen this requested a lot, so if you think it would make a very good death battle, let me know what you think would happen in the fight, like how the fight would actually play out, because I'd love to see what you all are kind of imagining in your head of what this episode would be like. And who knows? Maybe we'll do it in the future. We'll see. But as always, be kind to others, be kind to yourself, be awesome. Next up is Achievement Hunter. We'll see you next week.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.